Hey everybody, how's it going? This is part 3 of Unit In-Depth, Assassins. We're going to start talking about the Officio Assassin Normoperatives now, which is the whole point of this video series. And the first one we're going to talk about in this video is the Culexus Temple Assassin. Culexus Assassins are psychic abominations, they're soulless blanks in the warp. So not only do psychers not like them, but demons don't like them. They don't have any anti-demon rules, but it's just fluff I'm talking about now. So fluff-wise, demons don't like them, psychers don't like them, even generic people don't like them. There's something off about them. The psychic powers pretty much useless against them, fluff-wise, and their general proximity to a psyker is really uncomfortable for them. If they touch psychers, their touch can cause immense pain, and pretty much dampen their powers. What else is there? Also, Necrons have a unit called pariahs. They call it so because the pariah gene, which caused soullessness, was in the humans when they were made into these Necron pariahs. So they share similar rules, not all the rules, but some similar rules to the Culexus Assassin. So let's talk about the Culexus, shall we? Remember, I already covered the stat line. So we want the stat line because all the 4 assassins have the same stat line. If you want that, look at the first video. I'm sure you can see it in the Games Workshop's website, because they like to show you stat lines for things when you click on a model. If you're interested in buying it, essentially a storefront, on the bottom of most of them they show you stat lines. So on one of the assassins should show you that. Anyway, and the 4 special rules that all assassins get I went over, which is independent, fearless, infiltrate, and invulnerable. So let's talk about their special rules that they get on top of that. They are psychic abominations. Any psyker within 6 inches of the Culexus Assassin at the start of the turn must pass a morale check or fall back. If they are with the unit will also fall back. Subject to rules of fearlessness. I believe fearlessness counteracts that, because it doesn't say so otherwise. Soulless. Any unit friend or foe with a model within 12 inches of the Culexus Assassin cancels that immunity with 7, unless it would normally be less than this. Combine that with psychic abomination rule above, and that's pretty cool. Psyker Assassin. The Culexus Assassin can always target a Psyker specifically with any shooting attacks, regardless of whether the Psyker is any unit or an independent character, or etc. etc. The Culexus Assassin may ignore other models when charging into an assault if you are allowed to get into contact with a Psyker. Now, I don't know how this rule works with, let's say, the Aspiring Sorcerers of 1000 Sun Squad, because they're not an independent character. I don't know if that means he must get into base contact with it, because he can't target it specifically with attacks. What else? They also have Life Drain. The Culexus Assassin may use his ability when in close combat with a Psyker before any attacks are worked out, but after models are moved, both players roll 2d6 and add their leadership value of their respective models. Remember the soulless rule above, so Psyker will have to roll 2d6 and add 7. If the Culexus Assassin scores higher, the Psyker loses 1 wound with no saving throws of any type allowed, not even invulnerable saves. This is worked out at the start of every round of close combat, and wounds inflicted by this attack count towards the combat resolution. All other close combat attacks are worked out as normal. This power can only be used to affect 1 Psyker per turn. Now, I checked some of the FAQs, and it doesn't really say anything on this, but Aspiring Sorcerers are not independent characters in close combat. They, as far as I know and what I've seen, say that they're not. However, he is a Psyker, and if the Culexus Assassin charges into close combat against 1000 Sun Squad with Inspiring Sorcerer, he is in close combat with a Psyker. So I believe, rules-wise, I think he still should be able to use Life Drain against that Aspiring Sorcerer. Even though he can't target him specifically with attacks, it's just a special ability to target Psykers he's in close combat with, so he is in close combat with that Psyker. That's just how I would rule it. I'm not sure if that's the official rulings. That's just how I'm doing it. So it may come up, especially in tournaments. And if it does, that's how I would say it would be resolved. But who knows what the judge or whoever on hand to dispute rules would say. As it stands, the Demon Hunter and Witch Hunter Codex needs an update bad. well, not bad, but they have a couple of useless rules. They'll give you minor psychic powers, and it's just stuff that once, if they were remade, they would be up in line for the rest of them. But as it stands, Dark Elder and either more so, and etc. etc. Anyway, the point being is that's how I rule Life Drain. Now they have special war gear. Ethereum, any unit wishing to shoot or charge the Culexus assassin and any psyker trying to target him with a psychic power must first pass a leadership test. If the test has failed, they may not target the assassin but may attack another target instead. I don't know how this works with Fearless because it's not a morale check. I don't know offhand, but however Fearless works normally would work this way with this as well. This is nice for things that aren't Fearless though, especially if they want to charge you because they're going to be at leadership 7. Because they'll be within 6 inches. And your Soloist rule is a 12-inch range. The Animus Speculum is a ranged attack from his helmet. Range 12 inches, strength 5, AP 1, assault 2. Not bad right there on its own. It's short range, but hey, it's strength 5, AP 1, assault 2. However, for every psyker within 12 inches of the Culexus assassin, you add +1 to the Animus Speculum's assault value. So assault 2 becomes assault 3 if there's one psyker within 12 inches. This can be great against things like, with a lot of psychers. If you're Farseers with a Warlock Council or a Seer Council, beware. All Warlocks count as psychers. So if you have, let's say 3 or 4 Warlocks and a Farseer and they're within 12 inches, he gets a lot of shooting at them. Granted, they have invuln saves, but that's a lot of shooting, and that's pretty cool. And he doesn't have to shoot that squad. It's just if they're within range of him. So, yes, they have invuln saves. You can shoot at them and potentially kill the psychers, or he can shoot into the Dire Avenger or the Guardian squad right next to them. If they're not, if they're not in cover, they get no saves. Then you have to charge that squad, but you get my point. That's pretty cool. The thing is Psych Out Grenades. Instead of firing the Animus Speculum, the Culexus assassin may throw a Psych Out Grenade. This is only useful against Psychers. Psych Out Grenades have a range of 6 inches. Roll to hit as normal. If the Psyker is hit, he must pass a leadership test on a 2d6. For each point the Psyker fails by, he loses 1 wound. Saving throws may be taken as normal. For example, a Psyker with leadership 7 due to the Solus rule rolls a 9, he loses 2 wounds. Has to take saves as well. This, I believe, should only be... I mean, it'll work against Inspiring Sorcerers, but I think any wounds inflicted by that are only on the Inspiring Sorcerer, because he is a Psyker, it only affects Psychers. So, overall, very anti-Psyker. I mean, the Solus rule in conjunction with Life Drain and the Psych Out Grenades are pretty cool, and in conjunction with Ethereum in general, because this is any unit, not just Psyker units. So, if, I don't know, that Dire Avenger squad wants to assault you, or the Howling Banshee squad wants to assault the Culexus assassin, make a leadership check, a leadership 7. Maybe they'll get it, maybe not. It's very helpful. He doesn't have power weapons though, so any attacks he makes in close combat has to gets an armor save against it. But he's really anti-Psyker. Once he kills a Psyker, he's essentially done his job, I guess. It would be nice if he had something to ignore armor saves, but he doesn't, and not all assassins do. So that's the Culexus assassin. I would highly suggest infiltrating him for outflank. I mean, holding him reserve and infiltrate for outflank. Infiltrating him can work, especially if you get him close to Psychers right from the get-go. But, because when they make Psychic tests, it'll be a leadership 7, so chances are they're going to fail. However, I'm always a fan of outflank, and outflank can work really well, especially to get to those pesky Psychers that like to stay in the back, like Eldars in support of the Farseer in support. They usually stay hang back, so outflanking can get you towards them or near them better, or quicker, depending on the situation. Excuse me. So that's it on the Culexus assassin. He's very cool, all the assassins are, but he's probably the most specific of the specific assassins. The next assassin we're going to talk about in the next video is going to be the Eversor assassin, the shock terror tactic assassin. So until next time, take it easy.